changing face of the Olympics, and some of these changes have been brought in for making the Olympics much more appealing, especially to the younger audiences. And my colleague Digvijay Singh is of course with us from the City of Love, Paris. He's getting us all the updates as they of course unfold. The opening ceremony is currently underway. It started at 7:30 p.m. in Paris and it'll go on for a good 3.5 long hours. Digvijay, this is something that's going to be very interesting and something that's going to be watched very closely. 4 new sports, or at least that's what they're calling that, in Olympics have been introduced. We have sport climbing, we have skateboarding, surfing, and even break dancing that have been brought in as sports just to make the Olympics much more appealing to a much wider audience. What is the sense of excitement you're picking up from the people there for these new sports?
You know, in fact, Saleh, just before I answer that, you can see behind me, I managed to find a spot where the entire road is empty. And the police are sort of behind me, and the police are sort of now walking down the street. That means the boats are approaching. You can see a lot of people sort of now rushing this side, trying to get a vantage point. Because if you can see behind me, those police personnel, right behind them is the set. As far as the Olympics go, it's been very traditional, hasn't it? You know, but things are changing. I think Tokyo, behind closed doors where it happened, you had 12 and 13-year-olds winning medals in the sport of skateboarding. I think sports like athletics, sports like baseball, all these sort of who have been around, sports like shooting, they're in trouble because now the sole benchmark for the Olympic Games is A, how do you connect with the new audience? How does that drive up broadcast revenue? It's no surprise that cricket is part of the Olympic Games for the next Olympic Games in 2028. So it's a move from the IOC to modernize as well. In fact, a lot of traditional sports which we see are in danger because breaking, who expected breaking to be part of the Olympic Games? You know, Saleh, if you and I could shake a leg, probably we could get a chance to be Olympians. It's too late for us to get into skateboarding or sport climbing. But I think breaking is something we could try if we want to become Olympians in the future.
It is something that I'm pretty sure people would be watching very closely, but I do not think that it's you and I who could, of course,
be
into
breaking news.
Yeah, we're more used to breaking news. We're more used to breaking news. That's true. And also, Digvijay, looking at the performers this evening, we still do not know who is likely to perform at the opening ceremony. But Celine Dion has been spotted in Paris. Do we at this point of time know whether Celine Dion or perhaps Lady Gaga, who's also been spotted in Paris, are they a part of the performance this evening?
Well, Snoop Dogg definitely was in Paris, spotted. He carried the Olympic torch today. But I think the secret on Celine Dion was given away by none other than the president, Emmanuel Macron, who himself answered the question, sort of giving it away. But the other big secret, Saleh, is we know who the flag bearers are, right, in that boat parade. LeBron James, Coco Gauff, PV Sindhu for India with Ashanta Sharat Kamal, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the NBA star for Greece. The big secret right now, the Olympic torch. I mentioned Snoop Dogg. Who lights the Olympic cauldron? The final holder of that Olympic torch. Remember, started in April in Olympia, and then it's traveled all over Greece. It's traveled all over France. It's been in Paris yesterday. It went down to the Olympic Village. But that's also something we are going to watch out for. Who lights the Olympic torch? Remember last time in Tokyo, it was Naomi Osaka.
Absolutely. And Digvijay, I think Lady Gaga is performing at this moment as part of the opening ceremony. So that much is clear, and it's going to be one heck of a performance that we'll, of course, watch out for. We should also talk a bit about the Indian contingent that is there in Paris. Last time around in Tokyo, we managed to win 7 medals. How's the Indian contingent shaping up for their performance in the days ahead?
Well, in fact, I think Indian sport has changed. And Indian sport changed in Tokyo because I was there in Rio at the last, in the 2016 Olympics. And India struggled just 2 medals. And since then, there's been that orbit shift. You have a new generation of athletes who are hungry, who don't fear, and who come to these Olympic Games. Sorry, security, Saleh, I have to, right? Who come to these Olympic Games thinking they can win. Earlier, you look at the generation before this, Abhinav Bindra, Gaganaran, all won in the 3rd Olympics, 2nd Olympics, very rarely did you win in your 1st Olympics. Rajyavardhan Rathore, Vijay Kumar, and PV Sindhu were the exceptions. But this generation of athletes only know how to win. They've not seen the hurt of the past. So I think the expectation that there is going to be a double-digit medal tally for India is not over the top. But remember one thing, these are the Olympics, and as Abhinav Bindra always said, you have to be perfect on an imperfect day to win the Olympics. This is the pinnacle of sport. Everyone is coming here with a sense that they have to win an Olympic medal. So it's not going to be easy, but if you perform your best, and luck is on your side. Remember, luck plays a huge role at the Olympic Games. Let's go back to Tokyo. Neeraj Chopra wasn't the most favored for gold, but he still won the gold medal in the men's javelin. You have to be perfect on that day against the rest of the field.
Absolutely, indeed, Digvijay Singh. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us all those updates there. So the opening ceremony of the Olympics 2024 in Paris is well and truly underway, and it is one heck of a spectacle. 300,000 people, that's the number of people who have gathered along the banks of the River Seine to watch this spectacle, and it is an extraordinary one. 7,000 athletes, they'll of course be floating down on many boats in that extraordinary flotilla down the River Seine. Thank you very much indeed, Digvijay. We'll of course come back to you as the story unfolds. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.